Hello, friends. What is going on these days? Wherever you go, whatever you do, everybody is talking about coronavirus, COVID-19. What is this coronavirus? Virus is? It is said that this is a new type or a strain of a virus that affects the human being and is very contagious and can be spread from person to person through the molecules or the atoms or the particles of the virus that are being released in the atmosphere. What is this happening to us, to our life? In fact, our life has become to a standstill. How? We are under lockdown. What do you mean by lockdown? I can't move on from my house. I have to remain in my house. Only thing I can do is once in a week, I may go out to do my certain grocery shopping. Otherwise, I'm supposed to retain myself into this. A busy person throughout the day who have been busy in the office or the business people who have been running around, when they are locked in a certain room or in a certain building, what is going to be their state of mind? Very difficult. It is just like putting ones into a lockup. We are already under a house arrest. What can we do in the house arrest? Nothing. Limited source of information. We can't move out with our friends. We can't assemble. We can't gossip. We can't enjoy. We can't go out for food or go for cinema. But then what are we doing? Either we see the TV news or are busy on the WhatsApp, or maximum what we can do is see a movie or some old programs that the TV channel is being releasing now and then. Don't you think that this got a limit? Further, throughout the day, the same news is continuing. Each and every channel is showing the same news. What is my WhatsApp doing? Different groups, different people, whatever little information they get, whether right or wrong, they think, and it is right also that they have to spend time. So what they do is they forward the message without even thinking whether it should be done or not. Great. Everybody has to spend time. And so we are spending time like this. Either we sleep, or we see the TV channels, or the TV news. Can you imagine what is my status? What is my mental status currently when I am in a lockup in my own house? There may be a few limited families who are so intermingled with each other that their thought process gels and they are able to spend a very happy and a good time. But majority of them have some problem or the other with the other family members. Now, earlier you were going out, mixing with your friends and your colleagues, you were spending time there. But today, you are restricted to a few, one or two or three members of the family. How much are you going to talk to each other? That is a big question. Or how can you spend time together? I never thought of any hobbies in the beginning because I was not too good a hobby lover. But now I have to do something. All these things combined, what Same old depressive news from morning to evening. Same old depressive messages at WhatsApp. Same old depressive messages at social media. What? So many killed. So many rebellions were there. This was a fight there. The police person was beaten. So many have been killed. So many died because of corona. This is what is happening in the world. This is what the other political leaders say. Don't you think that you have really got into a very, very bad situation? Ultimately, what it is leading to? A depressive state. And what is this depression leading to? This depression is leading to a breakdown in your immune system. The doctors treating coronavirus cases say that those who have got a good immune system can survive this aftermath of the virus. But those who don't have a good immune system are the easiest prey of this coronavirus. So at one stage where I'm supposed to increase and improve my immune system, under this lockup situation, under the treatment and the way I'm trying to spend my life, totally sedentary, nothing much to do, I am creating a block and a damage to my immune system. This is what we are going to study. This is what we are going to probe and then find out that what all we should do so that we can improve upon our immune system. Okay? Let me start with a saying that in previous days we used to say that health is everything and wealth is secondary. In the current scenario, before this virus breakdown, wealth was everything. And we were ready to spend all the wealth to maintain our health. But again today, we are coming back to the same thing, that health is most important for me. And how do I take care of that health? We have just discussed that we are, through our own thought process, we are damaging our own health. What is this thought process? And how is that thought process important? In hypnotherapy, it is being said that anything that is happening in the body is because of what I think. And this thought process is the outcome which I see in the form of various changes taking place in my body. If my thought process is good, my body is very healthy, good. I maintain my weight, I maintain my happiness, I maintain my calm, and I am good with everybody in all situations. But when my health is not good, when my thought processes are not good, I am stressed out. I react and I behave differently with different people, under different circumstances, under different environment. This ultimately affects my health. This ultimately affects my body. Okay, how? Our body is generating certain brain hormones which are always considered to be a happy or a good hormones. When I am happy, these hormones bring about a very, very happy, peaceful, calm situation in my body. So what my body is, let me understand what is my body. Body is nothing but just a chemical factory. It may sound very weird to maximum of the people, but actually, if we see, if we discuss with the doctor, if we discuss with the biochemist, what is happening in my body and what am I doing? What am I doing when I eat food or when I take a medicine? What is medicine? Nothing but a chemical which I take. It goes down into my body. It is being absorbed into my bloodstream, and this chemical then react with other chemicals inside my body and brings about a change into these chemicals that are being produced in the body. What are hormones? Hormones again are nothing but just are the chemicals that are being produced by my cells and by my muscles, which are responsible. So what is happening in a chemical factory? You put raw material. So in my case, the food I eat, whether vegetarian or non-vegetarian, is a raw material for me. This food is broken down into smaller components which are easily digestible. And what is breaking down these food particles? It is only again the enzymes and the chemicals that are being produced by my cell or by my organs as combined. So, one reaction after the another reaction, because one chemical may be a raw material for the other chemical. This is what is happening in my body, and this is why I say my body is nothing but just a chemical. Now, what is thought process? Thought process is an energy outside the body which says that I want to do this at this particular time. There is always a connection between my body and my thought process. What we, in other terms, are called as mind-body relationship. Mind is the place where the thoughts are being generated. And if I can control my thoughts, I can control my body. If I can change my thoughts, I can bring about a change in my body. That is how the things go. So the mind and the body are in constant touch. Brain is the part of the body which is in constant touch with the mind or my thought process. So if my thought process are good, my information going to the brain will also be good. And the information going to the brain is what generates the chemicals in my body. And the chemicals that are being generated with good thought process are the good chemicals or the good hormones. In other words, they are also called as happy hormones. Majority, 4 happy hormones are there, which are called as dopamine, endorphins, serotonin, and oxytocin. These are the 4 major happy hormones that are being generated in my body by my different parts of the body. Some are being generated in the brain, in the pituitary gland, some are in the thymus glands, some are generated by the gut, maybe through the pancreas. Various organs are involved in it in generating these good hormones. Now, when the quality of these hormones, this quality of these hormones depend upon my thought process. If my thought process is good, when I'm feeling very happy, when I'm feeling calm, peaceful, joyous, more of these positive thought processes are being generated. And when these positive thought processes are being generated, these hormones are directly acting on my functioning of the body. And when there is abundance of these happy hormones, they are going to take care of my immune system. What is immune system? Immune system is again a chemicals generation system inside my body, which takes care of the bacteria and the viruses or other microorganisms that are there and they live in my body. These microorganisms are good and bad. Good are those that help as a catalyst in producing good chemicals. Bad hormones or bad bacteria or the microorganisms are those which work on my cellular system and try to damage and destroy the cellular system because of these such chemicals that are being generated, that my cells are being disintegrated or damaged or destroyed. So these are called as bad microorganisms or the bad bacteria or the bad viruses. So both type of viruses or the microorganisms are there in my body. Now, my immune system is trying to balance out, and my immune system understands that which are good bacteria, which are good viruses, or which are good microorganisms, and which are bad microorganisms. There is a sympathetic and parasympathetic system in the body, and through this and through the immune system, my body generates certain new type of antibodies or the microorganisms which fight with the bad microorganisms. When my immune system is strong, my immune system is able to understand or differentiate between the good microorganisms and the bad microorganisms. So based on the bad microorganism, my immune system generates certain antibodies which fight with those bad microorganisms and destroys them and throw them out of the body and does not allow them to damage my cellular system in the body. But when my immune system is very weak, what do you understand? What do you think is going to happen? At that point of time, my immune system will not be able to differentiate between the good and the bad microorganisms or the viruses or the bacteria. And when my immune system is not able to differentiate between both of them, then what happens? My immune system thinks that both good and bad are same and allows them to propagate, to multiply, and to act upon my cellular system. Thus, it results into the fact that the viruses which are bad and our immune system is not able to produce the antibodies because for the immune system, these viruses are good viruses. Our immune system allows them to roam around freely into my body structure. And when such viruses are able to flow freely, they start damaging my cellular system, or what we call as they start attacking my cells. Depending upon what area this virus belongs to, the virus knows which area is to be damaged or to be attacked. It goes to that organ and starts acting on that organ. And this is what is happening in my COVID-19. In COVID-19, the virus is attacking to my respiratory system. And the latest finding is that this not only attacks to the respiratory system, it attacks to my blood system also. And this is creating a thrombosis or clotting of the blood in my body system. And the deaths are basically due to clotting of the blood, then through the lungs. In lungs also, the clotting takes place because the flow of the blood and the purification of the blood is taking place. The arteries and veins are there. So the lungs are also affected. As a therapist, what can I do now? Medical science is doing their work, but me as a therapist, as an alternate medicine healer, I can work on my thought process. Because hypnotherapy works only on thought process. And if I can bring about a change in my thought process, I can improve, strengthen, give power to my immune system. I can produce happy hormones in a better and more quantity so that they can fight and give strength to my immune system. And when this will take place, I am able to fight with any microorganism because my immune system is strong enough to produce the necessary antibodies in my body. What do we do? A very small, simple exercise. What we call in hypnosis or hypnotherapy, the starting of hypnotherapy is self-hypnosis. I have to frame or I have to fix certain affirmations to be given to my body, to be given to my mind, to be implanted in my subconscious mind. And if I can do that, I can always strengthen my immune system. And if I strengthen my immune system, the impact of any external microorganism that is going inside my body will not be there because my immune system is going to produce the antibodies and fight the Mahabharat battle with it and destroy all those viruses and bacteria so that they don't affect my system. What do we do? First and foremost important is that we frame certain positive suggestions or affirmations for ourselves, which we are going to give to us, which is going to give positive strength to our happy hormones and the immune system. Our work is to implant these affirmations directly into our subconscious mind. And once we do that, our subconscious mind is going to send those thoughts to my body, and my body, through the help of the brain and the chemical being generated inside my body, are definitely going to help in forming and increasing the number of antibodies which are going to fight with the viruses or the microorganisms and throw them out of your body. And you are always safe and sound with a very high, strengthened, powerful immune system. You don't need any medicines for that. You just have to have positive thoughts. So, what I can do physically is, let me first do that and let me understand that. What do you think? From where should we start? What is the first thought process that needs to be worked on? Where did we start? Lockdown? Lockup? We are in a lockup. And because of this lockup, we are not able to do any things because our style of life was completely different. Now I am under a different style of life. So the first thought process that needs to be done is, how do I change and accept a new changed lifestyle? I have to find positivity in the changed lifestyle. What am I doing throughout the day? And what are the positive things in that which I can adapt to or which I can make use of, through which I don't involve my thought process into unnecessary things. The first and the foremost point: close down your TV sets, close down your news channels. Don't spend time on them. They have to get the revenue through the advertisement. And that is the reason why they are playing all those dirty news, which they can just spend 5 or 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes in the afternoon, and 15 minutes in the night to give you the updates of where and what progress has been made. Maximum 45 minutes in 24 hours is quite sufficient for you to get an update as to what is happening in your city, what is happening in your country, and what is happening around the world. You don't need any further more time. What they are doing is that the same news or the same wording or the same event, they are repeating 10 times. This is a marketing strategy which we normally see and which is the latest marketing funda of creating a visualization effect in front of you. So remove this depressive state by switching off the TV or the news channel. See those programs which are comedy programs, which creates a positive hormone because they give you joy, happiness. And when you see those programs, you forget about all worldly things happening around you. You get good thoughts, you feel happy, you laugh with the people who are laughing inside in that program. So spend time in those programs. Instead of fighting with your wife, your children, that you have not done this, you have not done this, the food is not good, you don't know how to cook, go and help them to cook. Find interest in cooking. Find interest in cleaning the utensils. See how best you can do and clean the utensils better than what your wife has done, or what your child has done, or what your help has done. Learn that art also. You may be good at IT. You may be good at marketing. You may be good at finance in your work. But how good you are looking after yourself by cooking for yourself, by cleaning your own utensils, by cleaning your own house. See the positivity in it. See the effect of satisfaction you will get when you will say, oh, I cleaned my room today and it is looking much better than what it used to look. Spend time, positive time there. When you do this, this is going to increase and produce more of positive hormones, dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin. All these hormones will be generated much more. They will give you a sense of satisfaction. Your work will give you a sense of satisfaction, happiness, and achievement. You'll feel good that you have achieved something through the day. So, the first whole month, do not spend time on the news throughout the day. Keep on deleting or blocking all the messages from the people. Because today, what we are doing, what is happening? Everyone has become a doctor because everyone comes out with its own medicines, own therapies to be given. Some talks of Ayush, some talks of Unani, some talks of Puranic healing, what our Rishi Munis used to do, and what our Dadis used to tell us. Okay, take Haldi, this will take care of your increase, what do you call, when there is some, your body becomes infection in the body, it will take care of that. Take care of, eat too much of lemon juice. It will take care of immunity because this will increase calcium in your body. So like this, so many have become the doctors, whether they are allopathic doctors or whether they are homeopathic doctors or whether they become Unani or homemade medicines. Secondly, where was I? Oh, yeah, stop. So start deleting all those messages where each one comes out with its own therapy. Third, stop forwarding messages. Unless you yourself are sure or you have done the research that what is written here is correct. By forwarding the message, what you are doing is you are spending your time because you have to spend time somewhere. So you are spending your time, but then you're creating a stress for somebody else. And this stress should not be there. Why should you create stress for others when you yourself do not want to be stressed out? So less number of messages you will forward, less stress you are going to create for others. And don't you think that you are creating stress for yourself by doing that? Because whenever you forward a message in WhatsApp, what do you look after that? How many people have seen it? The same is happening on Facebook. Every time you open the Facebook and you try to see that how many likes you have received. If your likes are less, what happens? Wow. I think I've faltered somewhere. People are not liking me. So I'm creating a stress for myself. Why do I do it? In this world, everybody is an intellectual because of the information available on the net, available, and the information can be sought these days on your smart mobiles. These people whom we say that are living in villages are more smarter than us. Our dadis, our buas and our nanis, our rickshawalas, and all our laborer knows how to operate a smartphone. So They are much more smarter than what we are. So they have different sources. Let them have the information. मैंने कोई ठेका नहीं लिया that I have to give all the information to the world. So whatever information that comes to me, I have to choose. 90% to 95% the information is not needed. So I let me spend my time in deleting because I can't stop people sending information. Either I block them, but I can't due to certain reasons. So let me delete that at the end of the day. Just go through it and delete it and forget about it. This is how I have to reduce my stress. Third, hobbies. Let me generate some new hobbies. Hobbies is a place or a time or an activity by which I can deviate myself from those negative thoughts that I have been having when I was going through the news media, when I was going through the messages which I received on WhatsApp. So let me change my activity. And when I change my activity, when I get involved into my hobbies or any new activity that I start, my thought process will change. I'm changing to a new thought area. And how it's going to work on me? Because when I am involved into my activity or my hobby, I'm making or taking all the steps to see that I get good experience and try to excel into it and must succeed into my hobby. And when I do it, I'm keeping myself away from a negative thought and generating a positive thought in me. And this positive thought is making my body work positively also. Finally, spend time with your family. Talk to them. Communicate with them. The biggest issue with the we human beings is that we spend the minimum time in communication. Why? I don't know. But my understanding with different people is that we as human beings always have got a taboo. Our id, our ego, that how can I start a communication myself? I expect others to come and start a communication with me. Why should I do it? They should come and talk to me. No, that is a wrong concept. I must try to communicate. I must try to discuss everything in the deepest and the greatest detail. You don't know when you are trying to communicate and we are trying to discuss what new thought process or what new idea that might generate in you. And when you give that idea to the other person, it may gel. And this is going to bring about a positive communication between two of you. And whenever there is a positive communication, happy hormones are always produced. This hormone, which is called as, I'll tell you, oxytocin. Oxytocin is the hormone which brings about a bonding between two people. More this hormone is developed, more this hormone is produced, better is the bonding between two people. So generate more of oxytocin. This can be generated by a good communication. Because when you communicate, when you express your ideas, and when you listen to the other ideas, you enter into a very positive bonding. Bonding is not by that I earn money for my family, give them the money, let them buy what they want to run the house, and the bonding is there. We live in the same house, we meet maybe for half an hour or 1 hour in the day, maybe during the dinner time. No, that is not bonding. Once in a year, we go out for a week, for a holiday. No, that is not bonding. Bonding is there where we have a very good communication among ourselves, a good understanding. It is that communication which brings about a better life, a happier life, a joyous life, a life full of care. So we need to increase oxytocin in our body by having a good, proper communication. I talked about you, I just made a mention about it. What is this ego and what for this ego? Let this ego be between the family members or between your friends or between your colleagues. But what for it? When you go to the management school, when you do your HR or when you study HR, human resource, and when you talk of leadership, what do you talk there? That any department, any company, any industry can work when there is a team spirit, when there is a proper team. And what is teamwork? Teamwork is that different people in that team are doing different jobs. Without thinking that whose job is most important or most critical. When we consider that each one's job is equally critical and important, each one is contributing to the utmost. That is what teamwork is. And that is the concept that I don't have anymore. In a teamwork, why does the teamwork breaks? Because the marketing wala will say, I am selling product. If I don't sell the product, the revenue will not come. And if the revenue doesn't come, how will you get your salaries? So I am the most important person. The production guy says, I'm producing. If I don't give you the product, what are you going to sell? Even in the production department, the quality control person, he said, I am the most important person because I am controlling the quality of the product. If I don't look after the quality, a bad product will go to the market and will spoil the sales. Okay, fine, good. There is one more person, the finance. Finance said that if I would not have arranged for the money for you, From where would you have bought this machinery, got the raw material, and produced? From where would the marketing person would have gone to the market to sell the product? So I am the most important person who is arranging for the salaries of all the people. Now, when these each department starts fighting, they are bringing about their ego in front. And it is this ego which spoils the promotion. This was just an example to make you understand this is happening in a family. So, I am the earning member of this. If I don't go to work, money will not come. These people are dependent on me. I am the head of the family, and that is my biggest ego. Each individual in the family is doing their own job. Due to this coronavirus, in most of the families, the male members have started understanding the quantum of work the wives are doing when they are at home. Those wives who are not working. So, that ego that I am the earning member should not be there. We have to understand that this is a composite family and each family member is doing its own job. Let's take a small example of the child. We are the parents. We are providing them everything. Okay, fine. Why do we need children then? Have you ever realized? No. Think. What is the role of a child? The father and the grandfather, the mother and the grandmother. They have a toy to play. A child is like a toy in the family. It is being said by the mothers and the grandmothers that however old or aged a child becomes, he still remains a child for them because he is a playful toy. And when they play with that toy, when they are in the company of that toy, that company gives them utmost happiness. Because that happiness comes inside that he is my child. And they want to spend anything and everything for that child's happiness. And that is the happiness which they get. So my point to make here is that each individual is playing its own role, whether it is the grandfather or the father or the child in a family. And let each play its own role without any expectations, without any id, without any ego, and without any superego. When these will not be there, the family is going to have a very happy environment. And when the environment is happy, each individual is going to produce happy hormones. And when these happy hormones are being produced, then it is going to strengthen my immune system. And that is what I want. So up till now, what we have talked about and we have understood is that how by our own physical behavior we can create a very happy atmosphere. And by this happy atmosphere, we are increasing the production of the happy hormones and ultimately increasing our immune system. But then there is the other side also. That is the thought process. If I change my emotions, if I can bring about a positive thoughts, then I can make my body act in a very positive and a happy. For that, we make use of a relaxation technique. And during that relaxation technique, I just give a certain affirmations or suggestions to myself. The way our old people used to sit in the puja room with a beaded mala and start chanting and jumping, same is the case concept here. That I frame a statement, I frame a sentence. And that sentence is being repeated by me number of times. It can be done any time during the day, but it will be more efficacious if it is being done before going to sleep, because it is that particular time when I can have a free mind. And when this is done with a free mind, it has got a better effect. So before we proceed for that, it is very important for me that let me devise certain of the positive affirmations that which we can give to us in this time of COVID-19 virus fear, so that I can either maintain my immune system, or for those who have got a weak immune system, can strengthen their immune system. Let me give you a choice. My positive thoughts strengthen my immune system. This is one statement. This is what I am going to consider to be my affirmation and repeat my affirmation. I'll tell you the procedure. Another can be, my positive thinking is making my immune system strong. More, I have blocked all viruses entering into my aura. I am strong enough. I'm powerful. I'm empowered that if I choose, I can block these microorganisms which are damaging for my body to act on my body. Right? I refrain from corona news. I don't listen to the news. I withdraw my attention from the news. I concentrate on perfect health. I strengthen my immune system for perfect and healthy body. These are some, for examples, I've given to you. Speak out and see which gels, which gives you more confidence, which gives you more strength in your body when you speak it out. Because these affirmations are just like energy field or energy work. And when you speak it out, it goes inside to your cellular memories. And your cells starts reacting positive or negative to them. Each individual has its own choice. Each individual has its own liking. Each individual has its own purposes. So based on that, you can choose what affirmation you are going or you are going to use. Because these affirmations are acting like a backstage script for any actor who's going to play on the stage. So these affirmations are the backstage scripts, and your body is your actor, which is going to act physically. But what is giving you the strength? What is giving you the message to the body that listen, you have to act this way? It is this affirmation which is giving you or which is acting as a script for your body, telling your body, telling your cells, telling your hands and your feet that you're supposed to behave. You're supposed to work. You're supposed to enact in this form. These affirmations are also giving messages to your happy hormones and to the chemicals which are controlling the immune system and to the production of antibodies that yes, this is how I have to work and be. Okay, is that clear? Right. So let's proceed further. You must have heard about Shavasana. A lot of yoga is becoming very popular. So it is an asana of the yoga. Nothing but just putting your body to complete rest. Decontrol. Release all controls from your body. This can be done both. When I use the word Shavasana, then it should be done lying down, either on the bed or on the floor. When I talk of relaxation, so relaxation can be done by sitting on the chair also. Your choice and the time at which you are doing it. If you are doing it at the night before going to bed, use the Shavasana pose. Relax, lie down flat on your back, no cross legs, hands by your side, and slowly take 3 deep breaths. And when you're taking a breath, just be sure that you start breathing from your nose and breathe out from your mouth. And when you're breathing in, you must be able to hear the voice of the air going inside. And when you're releasing, you should be able to listen to the voice of the air coming out from your mouth. And also feel that your rib cage goes up and down when you breathe in and breathe out. It has to be a big, deep breath. The moment more of oxygen goes inside your lungs, it comes in contact with the blood and gives you positive energy inside. After these 3 breaths, close your eyes and visualize that from toes to your head, each and every organ is relaxing itself. The muscles are relaxing, the cells are relaxing, the organs are relaxing. And when they are relaxing, get in touch with that body part and see that you breathe out all the negative energies when that relaxation takes place. Release all controls from the muscles. Let them lie loose out of your body. And when your body is fully relaxed, you will see that you will feel a different heaviness, that your body has become very heavy. As heavy as that you are making an effort to move your body and you're not able to move it. That is what is called as shavasana, or relaxing your body. Once you have done that, since you have already chosen the affirmation that you want to give to yourself, now mentally, and if possible, use it verbally also. The verbalize can be two ways. That it can be a louder verbalize, or it you are just speaking, so that your mouth is in motion, but nobody is able to hear it, just like hissing. So if you can verbalize, do so, because it has got a double effect. When you verbalize, the message goes to the universe also, and it comes back to you after 24 hours. This is a known universal activity that takes place. Our Hindu mythology also believes in what you give, you get back. Right? So you are going to speak or verbalize the affirmation and continue speaking or verbalizing as many times as you feel comfortable. Possibility that while verbalizing, you might doze off. Nothing to worry about. Because after some time, automatically, your body clock will work on you and you will get out of this state of relaxation. And then you can go for the normal sleep. So what is happening? Why do we do it? What actually we are doing is that we are implanting a message unit into our subconscious mind. And it is this subconscious mind which later on is going to send a message to the body that listen, this is the area or this is the activity which you have to perform. And my affirmation says, I've strengthened my immune system. So when the message goes to the body, now the body has to work to strengthen the immune system. Whatever changes it has to bring about, it will bring about those changes. And when those changes are being brought about in the chemical structures, your immune system will automatically get strengthened. And that's how we are going to use hypnotherapy or a self-hypnosis or a relaxation procedure to strengthen our immune system. And once we strengthen our immune system, we can be happy in our life and spend our life more peacefully, calmly, joyously, and as per our own choice. So, wish you all a good luck. Start working on it. And in case you have any suggestions or any further queries, you can write to me at my website or through my email at info@chi-ecc.in. ggn.com. Thank you. We'll meet again with a new topic, with a new subject in a week's time. Bye. And have a happy and safe life. And you fight and make others fight with this coronavirus. Be safe and take care.